Sweat family. Happy summer, happy Monday. I have some things on my heart that I want to share with you tonight, and I want to open this up in a conversation. So if you are joining live or if you are joining after the fact, whenever, please, questions you have, comments, I'm here for it. And I love answering comments and questions too after this has posted. So if you're joining after the fact, you are most welcome. I have a few things on my heart tonight that I want to share with you. And I also want to invite you to the Altar Together membership. I'm offering a special rate only through the end of this next week, so through the end of this Friday, that includes all kinds of special perks and offerings that I'm super excited to send you, like in the actual mail, including this water bottle, which is, I searched the world over to find the perfect one. And on it is the mantra, really the banner, the vision for this next year that we're spending together in Altar Together, which is practicing courage. And that is actually what I want to explore with you tonight. I want to talk about practicing courage. I want to talk about leadership and expanding from a soil of enough. What? So, courage. As I think about how I want to emerge into this next season that we're coming into, I want to emerge with clarity. I want to emerge with vision, with integrity. So, vision and in alignment with that vision. So as I've thought about how I want to grow over the course of this next year, this revolutionary new year, as we all encounter the world and kind of reemerge from this season that we've been in, the word that has come to my heart in addition to courage is virtue. So what is a virtue? I'd actually love, if you have thoughts or questions about this word, I'd love for you to chime in. A virtue is an embodied attribute. So it's something that we are. It's core to us. It's more, we establish virtue through habit and practice and ritual. So over the last couple months, I've thought hard about what are the virtues that I want to emerge into this new world with. And I came up with 12, the first of which is courage, that are my banner, and I'm inviting you in to share this journey of growth into each of these 12 virtues with me. So that's the vision of Altar Together over the next 12 months. We are going to do that through movement practices that are as much work-ins as work-outs. They're also full-on rhythm-based dance parties, sweat parties, because music is my shortcut to God. It's my shortcut to my heart. Breath and sweat and music. So you will get the playlist for each of these workouts that are music and rhythm driven. New workouts every single week, both on the bike and on the mat. You will get maybe the most valuable element of this whole journey, in addition to your own growth, is this community of growth-oriented, heartward humans. So this community that has started to form around Altar has been such a gift, and it's something that I feel is the deepest calling of my life to hold space for. So this is what I'm pouring my heart and my soul into. And in that vision, you'll also get group mentorship sessions. So I'm going to offer conversations around these, question and answer conversation, interactive conversation around these 12 virtues each month. So, Altar Together, you are invited. You can find out all about this special offering through next week at nicolemoline.com/altar. So I want to get that out there loud and clear. Any questions, I invite any questions that you have. You can also join monthly, but I offer, just in gratitude to you, I offer a special annual discount that also allows me to reinvest into the platform itself, me and my team. So, why practicing courage? Why is that kind of the banner, the vision? Yes, I think that as we have navigated this last year in all of its uncertainty, in all of its frustration, its loss, its grief, maybe its opportunity for many of us, always opportunity in that, right? Really what has been called for and what continues to be called for, especially as we've seen the world really unearth and shine a light on inequalities and injustices in our system, what is needed is courage. And my current definition of courage is facing fear with wisdom. I can't wait to hear what your definition of courage is. Actually, if you're watching live, would you throw it into the comments? I'd love to read it. Or if you're watching later, I'd love to read it too. I want to just gather like a magpie all of these visions of courage. So also, I've always loved that courage is rooted in, it's rooted in the French word coeur, C-O-E-U-R, which is heart. So it is literally, courage is literally heartwardness. It is living out of your center. It is living out of your core, your heart. Yes. And as I've listened, over the years, most of what I'm doing in Altar, both in the movement practices and in our conversations, is sharing with you what I have discovered and what I'm discovering and what we as a community are discovering from a lifetime of studentship. So I am a lifelong, eternal learner. I'm a nerd to the bone, right? And the teachers, the leaders, the mentors that have just given these jewels of wisdom, I'm passing along to you in real time, right? As I'm discovering them, but also especially those teachers that have meant so much to me over years and years of studentship. And one for sure, I think many of us have in common is Brene Brown, right? She talks a lot about courage. One of my favorite books of hers is Dare to Lead. And she talks about, she spotlights so many different leaders and so many, different kind of icons of courage that we might think about. And in every case, what is so exciting to me, to us, is that courage is a practice. What we practice, we become. So it's not, here's the great news. The question is not, are you a courageous person or a fearful person? The question is, are you becoming courageous? So we practice courage and become courageous. So these little teeny tiny choices that we're making during the course of a day, which is investing in that vision of who we are becoming, investing in our greatness, our greatest self, right? Investing in the greatest version of all of the communities of which we are part. These are acts of courage. And we practice them, and we practice them, and we practice them, and suddenly, not suddenly, the opposite of suddenly, over time, we become courageous. My own journey over the last 6 months, moving by myself from New York City, a city that it actually took a lot of courage for me to move to by myself 11 years ago, and moving into the wild of New Mexico and being on a real steep learning curve. And I'm still on that real steep learning curve. But I felt like in that process, especially as I was going through this move and buying my first home and making all of these moves that felt so scary, and they felt so scary and they felt so right. Like these things can coexist, right? And I could feel the muscles of courage forming in myself. Like I could feel myself becoming courageous. I could feel myself becoming more comfortable in my own skin, more certain of my vision, more invested in every way in what I'm becoming and in what we're becoming as a community. So courage is a practice. That's the best news, is that courage is a practice. So the other thing that I want to touch on tonight is this phrase, and I wonder how it lands in you. Expanding from a soil of enough. Expanding from a soil of enough. As I've been involved in the fitness and wellness industry for over 15 years, long time. It's my love, it's my passion. Healing modalities of all types, right? And one thing that I've noticed is that the subtext, the kind of hidden or unspoken message of so many offerings within this world of wellness and fitness is that you're not enough, right? So the message of get your summer body, which the subtext of that is that your body as it is not enough. It doesn't meet certain standards, right? Or, lose this amount of weight without really a heart and soul integrated vision and philosophy and love underneath that, right? So I'm sure, and this is another thing I'd love for you all to share in the comments. I can't see them for some reason. They're not showing in my the screen right now, but I'm going to come back after this video and take a look. I'm going to read through all of them. So if you have something that you want to chime in with here, I'm going to respond to it for sure. So I'm sure you all have had your own experiences of this, where it's almost a punishing kind of drive, like you ate this last night, or you've been a slouch all last week, and so you need to work these things off, right? You need to sort of pay the dues. And the sub message of that is that you are not enough as you are. And that gets into the cells, like that gets into the blood, right? That gets into our essence when we hear it enough times. So I want to start a revolution on this word, enough. I want to expand from a soil of enough. I want to strengthen from a soil of enough. So from a starting point of enoughness. So that philosophy is the foundation of everything that we do in Alter. The movement practices, whether they're mat or whether they're on the bike, or if it's the trailblazer, half marathon, 5K, running journey, whatever modality, my heart and the heart of anyone who's working on this team is that we are offering you, we are holding space, we are celebrating who you are, we are holding space for you as is, as you become your vision, right? So it's so important. Ecstatic Dance is a part of the Alter mat practices that I lead. And it's so funny, especially when I teach this on retreats. It's so funny to watch, and I was the exact same way. When I was first in a yoga class that integrated any kind of sort of like free dance, free movement, ecstatic dance, even the word like made me uncomfortable. Ecstatic, this word means, it's rooted in this root word for exit, to take leave of, right? To get outside of yourself, to get outside of yourself. Really, my heart in it is to give you a moment to get outside of your head and to let your body do the thinking. Let your body lead you into someplace new, and let your body register its own wisdom. So let your body weigh in, like literally weigh in. Give you a space and time to shake off the tension, the trauma, the whatever that we're always, we're carrying on a daily basis. And if we don't have a practice of moving through that and letting that go, we accumulate all of that, right? And we feel the weight of it. We feel it kind of deadening who we are and shrinking our vision. So it's where moments of dance, what this has meant to me is that it's a time for me to move. This is so important. It's a time for me to move every day, and maybe it's just 5 minutes, from a place of celebration. A time to move every day from a place of celebration. So that there's a moment in my day where even though I'm reaching, I'm striving, I want to grow, there's stuff I want to do, right? And there's a certain amount of, there's a real dance between dissatisfaction and drive, right? We want to be ambitious, driven leaders, but we want to do it from a place of satisfaction, enoughness, celebration, versus I'm not enough, so I gotta strive, right? And this simple practice of wasting time, doing a movement practice that is not, for 5 minutes anyway, other parts of this practice are about strength training, cardiovascular, strength, all of it. But there are important moments of freedom. There are important moments of celebration. There are important moments of just straight up joy. Because I want to become joyful. We practice joy and become joyful. We practice celebration and become celebrants. We practice courage and we become courageous. So this week, this is really the vision I want to cast for you, my sweat family, this week, is that whether you're joining me in altar or not, this is the vision I want to invite you into. Expand from a soil of enough. You are enough. You are so much more than enough. Therefore, your expansion is infinite. Your expansion can be infinite. And let it come from that place of joy and celebration and deep gratitude for all that you are and all that you're given. I'm going to join you in that this week. It is as much a party as it is a challenge. And I would love if you would join me in this journey of altar. I mean this very truly when I say it won't be the same without you. That you're going to add a certain very unique kind of magic to this community. And I can't wait for you to weigh in on it. So big love, NicoleMoline.com/altar if you want all the goods that I'm offering through the end of this week. And you're in my heart. I'm so honored to hold space for you, to cheer you on. All questions welcome. Big love.